Yeah, I want to start off addressing Ben Stanley's injury that he had during the previous game against St. John's. Unfortunately, Ben has a torn ACL. Um, it's really disappointed to say that, and I know it's hard for him. He really wants to help his team, but he's taking the news like a champ. I mean, he's already thinking about rehab, and he hasn't even had surgery yet. But he'll be out for the remainder of the season. He'll still be obviously a part of our program, an integral part to our program, bringing energy, being a great teammate. But we're all thinking about Ben right now. Obviously, the St. John's game. I told our guys this afterwards. I was disappointed with our play. Even though we won, it wasn't to the standards that we hold ourselves to. Our ball's got to get back to moving. I think a lot of times people will say, well, hey, you guys aren't making shots. What's wrong with your shooting? To me, again, we got to take better shots. We thought we took some bad ones in the first half overall. But our ball's got to move better. And when we've been really, really good on the offensive end, when we've had some success on that end of the floor, our ball's moved. And we hit the open guy. We do what the game tells us to do. We got to get back to that because that's who we are, and that's our identity on the offensive end. On the defensive end, I thought our zone was obviously very effective. We're going to keep on mixing up defenses throughout the year, but I thought that was good for us. Obviously we got a big challenge with Providence. Providence is really well coached. Ed Cooley does a tremendous job. They got two of the better players in our league. They got a dynamic duo in David Duke and Nate Watson. Duke is 6'5", can score it from anywhere, shoot it. He scored all three levels in the mid-range, scored at the rim. He's got great size. He can make guys better. And then Nate Watson is a physical force. He's as physical as any low-post player in our league. So we got to keep them off the glass. We got to be able to handle them changing defenses, going from zone to man, back to zone. We can't let that throw us out of rhythm on the offensive end. Jeremy?
Travis, when you have an off-shooting game or a couple of off-shooting games, for players, it's got to be one track sometimes of this thought of we got to shoot better, we got to shoot better, we got to shoot better. And I know you can't focus on that as a head coach. You talked about kind of moving the ball around a little more, but how do you make sure that the guys don't lock in on that idea of kind of overthinking that they just got to start shooting better and just kind of let it happen?
Yeah, I think Jeremy's showing them why. I think that's the big part, right? Like a coach will give it. Like we all coaches, we deliver messages to our team, but you want to show them why we're not shooting like we should be shooting, and it's because of our ball movement. Our pace of our offense hasn't been as good. Our passing hasn't been as crisp. We're not hitting that one more extra pass like we did earlier on in the year. We got to get back to that rhythm, and because again, I have confidence. Again, we track every shot, Jeremy, in practice. We call it the shot spectrum, and it tracks what guys shoot from the mid range, at the rim, threes, the whole deal. And as a team, we're shooting 39.5% from three in practice, and when we play live play. And so, again, I got all the confidence in our guys in knocking the shots in as long as our ball is moving at a good pace.
Adam?
After what we saw Jason Carter do against St. John's, it looked like he knows that's what he needs to do for you guys, a performance like that. And how important is that going to be against a team like Providence for him to match their intensity on the inside?
Yeah, Jason will do the dirty things on the floor, the things that are maybe not as glorified, right? Ever seems like when you're little, and I coached Winston's team, right? And he's in second grade, and it's like everybody glorifies scoring. Right? Jason does all the other things. He defends, he rebounds, he gets all the 50-50 balls. He's playing great. He is playing great right now. I thought Seton Hall, he was terrific before he got injured. St. John's, he was terrific the entire game. And that's what we need out of him. He's playing like a senior. He's playing with desperation. He knows how important each one of these opportunities we get are, and he doesn't take them for granted. And we need that against Providence. Providence, I think, the theme we've been talking about, Adam, is having that dirt under your fingernails type of approach, right? They are going to be physical. You have to embrace that physicality. They are going to be tough. They're going to be big. They're going to be strong. We got to be able to keep them off the glass and do all the little things and all the things that honestly go underappreciated by a lot of fans in order to win the game.
Jeremy?
Travis, Keke Tandy hasn't had as much impact recently, and I know it's easy to kind of nitpick, when we're watching the game and figure what guys aren't getting as much playing time or as much aren't having as much impact. But in your mind, where is his development right now, and how does he fit into what you can and would like to do?
Number one, I think Keke's is a really good player. He's got to play better. He's got to play better in practice and in the games, and he can. That's what I met with him yesterday on our day off, and I just said, man, you have so much more in the tank than what you're giving. And he's been playing hard. I think his energy and his fight and his competitiveness has risen. Now he needs his game to rise, and it will. I told him on the offensive end, we don't need you to force things. Take what's there. Right? I thought he had a great look off of one of our little secondary actions. He missed a wide open three. It's a great shot. He had a great take to the rim, and then he took a tough one. And we don't need that on our team. We got enough offensive talent. If we just stay committed to the ball moving, and the ball will find the open guy, I think great things will happen for Keke. But Keke's a big part of our team, and for us to have a lot of success in the Big East, we need him to perform at a high level, which he will.
Coach, I rewatched the last three of your games, and one of the things that I thought about in rewatching those was, it didn't really look like you guys were having all that much fun until maybe the last 9 or 10 minutes against St. John's. I'm wondering, did you notice that, and how important is something as simple as that as just having fun again on the basketball court is for a team?
Yeah, I thought against St. John's we didn't have any juice, Adam. I said it during every media timeout. I mean, I just didn't feel like we had any juice, and I felt like our huddles were different. I didn't like it, and we've addressed it with our guys after the game, directly right after the game, also through film and meeting with our guys. Because again, we're lucky just to be able to play. We are. I mean, there's teams. I think Merrimack may have just played their first game of the year a couple days ago. I mean, like there's teams that haven't played nearly as many games as we've played. There's teams that are on pause right now due to COVID-19. And I don't care how many fans are in the building. I don't care who we're playing, where it's at. It does not matter, man. Like, we got to bring juice. You got to honor the game and honor those that came before us that have worn that Xavier uniform, right? And I didn't like our juice, though, last game. That was a big part of our problem, I thought, especially early. I think this season more than ever is about the mentality, about the team that has the juice is usually going to win out, and we got to get that flipped. And I thought we've had some good practices, but it's got to happen during the game as well. And we'll find enough guys. Like, listen, the good thing about depth is we'll be able to find guys like Colby. I thought Colby, Dewan, Brian Griffin gave us a huge lift in that game against St. John's. Jason Carter was fighting. We'll find guys that are going to get out there and fight and play the Xavier way.
You mentioned your depth, and obviously you started this press conference by talking about the fact that Ben Stanley's done. And that really right now kind of leaves you with only 3 big men. I know Deontay Miles is still trying to work his way back, but do you think that maybe Providence is probably not the matchup to do it, but we could start seeing a little bit of a smaller variation of some of your lineups without Ben Stanley around?
Absolutely. We've been working on it for a while too, Adam, because I think we have a couple guys that are very versatile. And, I'm excited for a guy like C.J. Wilcher. C.J., and I told our guys this after the game, I hear C.J. throughout the game. And, Adam, I don't think you're not at the games or whatever. Maybe you are here. I don't even know. But his energy and his just his whole mentality, his attitude, is incredible. I mean, he is an incredible teammate, and he has a great skill set, and he's been working his tail off. And I'm excited. He's going to have an opportunity, much bigger opportunity, and he's going to see some time against Providence. He's earned it though in practice, not just because Ben's been injured. But a guy like Colby could also slide over to the 4 as well, and give us that versatility that we need. So, I think we got plenty of versatility. We got plenty of depth. I think we're well equipped for it.
mentioned CJ's energy, and unfortunately, another one of those guys who fit into that mold for you was Ben Stanley, a guy that I thought really looked selfless. And on a personal level, how tough is something like that to tell him, hear that news for a guy who kind of what he's been through the last few months and just trying to even get on the floor?
Yeah, Ben is very mature. He's a mentally very strong person. He's a man of faith, and you know what? He just kind of said, "Hey, it is what it is. God's got a plan for me." And I respect the heck out of Ben for that. He didn't even flinch. Again, he was talking about, hey, will I be able to travel? Will I still be at all the games? He talked about, just, hey, I want to be there for my teammates. And for him to have that moment or to say those things during that moment, Adam, tells you a lot about him just as a person and his character. So, Ben's going to handle well. He'll come back stronger than ever, and he's going to be a great teammate. He'll still be able to bring that juice and energy like he does every single game.
Jeremy?
Trav, it's like you go through a couple of games where you don't shoot as well and some things are off. The Ben Stanley news is obviously not good, but you sometimes also kind of check the scoreboard and remind these guys, hey, we're 9-2. We're a really good team. I mean, how much confidence do you still have right now in this team, Travis, early in the season that this team can do a lot of special things?
Yeah, I love this team. I do. I love our team. I love the guys we have in our locker room. I think we got a chance to be a really good team. I want to still see us put that performances together on both ends of the floor, right? The defense and offense at the same time, because we're nowhere near our ceiling, and that's the exciting piece. I think we have guys that haven't maybe performed as well as I think they're capable of, and that gives us a lot of potential and upside for our team. So, yet we're still 9-2, 2-2 in the Big East. We're right in the thick of things. So, we got a lot to play for. That's what I told our guys today, man. I wanted to show them kind of the roadmap of where we want to go, right? We have 16 Big East games still left. We got all these quad 1, quad 2 opportunities. We got the best is still yet to come, right? The most exciting part of the season's yet to come. It hasn't happened yet and is in front of us. So I just want to make sure our guys knew, hey, what we're playing for. There's going to be an NCAA tournament. They've already announced it's going to be all held in Indiana, right, in Indianapolis, at Purdue, at Indiana University. We obviously want to be a part of that, and we want to earn our spot, and we got to earn that every single day in practice and in every game. Can't take any nights off in the Big East.
Any other questions? Thanks, Travis.
Thanks.